Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Race on Oz Room 2 Race 3 highlights package. From Kyoto Yamagiwa, we've got Kipster on pole, Damra Bob in second, Emo third, Lennon fourth, Saturn fifth, Deed sixth, T Feckles seventh, Jono eighth, and Jonesy wrapping up the grid on ninth, and Saturn off to a bizarre start. Manages to hold it into turn one. Kipster with the lead still. We've got Emo going a little bit wide. Manages to hold on to this, and Deeds gets past Saturn on the inside. Up to fifth and into the S's. Pole sitter Kipster holding his lead. We've got Emo clipping the grass there. He manages to hold it. And into the long left-hander here. Following goes a little bit wide once again. Emo can Lennon get on the inside. No. Manages to hold it. Emo keeps his position in third. Nice tight racing here. All into the chicane here. And they all manage to get through nicely. And Emo gets a bad exit, and Lennon tries to squeeze up on the inside. And Deeds on the outside here. Oh, it's a bit of contact. Managed to hold it there. And Lennon up the inside of Emo. After a bit of contact from Deeds, manages to hold it and get up the inside of Emo. And Deeds on the outside clips the grass. Manages to hold it as well. So Lennon up to third, Emo fourth now, and Emo coming back here. Lennon with a bad exit there. So skip back forward to the leader Kipster. Keep an eye on the Lennon and Emo and Deeds battle going on there. And looks like Lennon's coming out in third. Emo and Deeds close behind, getting that slipstream. Is he going to go for remove into turn one? Yes, he is. Up on the inside. Manages to hold it. Yes, lovely. Deeds gets the job done. Up into third, and Emo gets a little bit sideways. Bit of contact. Managed to hold it as well. So after lap 1, Deeds 6th to 3rd. Very impressive start. You can see there Emo with the bad exit going a little bit sideways, dropping back a little bit now. Slight gap in between Emo and Lennon now. As we've got Saturn in 6th, Jono 7th, Jonesy 8th, and T Feckles closing out the grid. And here again we've got our pole sitter, race leader Kipster. Very fast qualifying time. Over a second ahead of Bob in second, and as you can see he's already opened up the gap at the front there. Oh, Lennon getting a little bit sideways there. Bad exit. Will Emo get the run up here into the hairpin? Is he going to go for it here? No. Backs off. Takes the smarter option. Lap 2. Files back in order. Oh, disaster for Emo. Goes off. And Saturn pounces. Emo dropping down to 6th. Oh, what? What on earth has happened there? Emo somehow has made contact with the lagging Saturn and gone off and fallen all the way back to 9th. 2 laps down, 3rd to 9th. Disaster start. As we check back in here, up to the lead, Kipster opening up the gap ahead. You can just see the gap behind already. 2 laps down. And Bob to second. Deeds closing in in third. So following Bob here. Now, historically, fast driver. If you can keep it on the track. As we see there, goes a little bit sideways, but manages to get it to stick. As we have a look back now, we've got Emo coming on the back of T Feckles. Oh, and they both go off, and Feckles is round, and Emo gets past. The pressure a little too much for T Feckles, hitting the curb, spinning round. Now we're finding Jono here on the back of Saturn, coming into the final turn onto the straight. Now can he get a good exit, find that slipstream and get past Saturn? No, so unfortunately the gap's a little too far, unable to capitalise. So we again head back forward to the front of the pack at the end of the next lap, so end of lap 5 here, on board with Deeds. Trying to find that slipstream. Is he a little too far? No, he's got a very good exit. Closing fast on Bob. Is he going to go for a move here? Looks up the inside. No, thinks better of it. Again, smart driving. He's taken the smart option there. Just sitting back in behind Bob here in the slipstream. And can he find some extra pace through the S's here, Deeds, and come out on the exit? He's sitting very close behind. Is he going to go for a move into the long left-hander? No, again, backs off slightly. Is he going to make it on the inside? No, Bob. Yep, Bob makes it stick on the outside. Holds on to the second position, but again, neck and neck going into the chicane here. Deeds going to go again. He's gone for the move. Oh, Bob's gone a little bit wide. A bit of contact on the exit, but they both managed to hold it nicely. And Deeds, look, after all of that, gets the job done. So again, we skip forward here, so we're looking now at Kipster, again, the race leader. Just look at the gap behind to Deeds now. 6 laps in and showing his class. We see him coming here. So again, we got Kipster, Deeds, Bob, Lennon in 4th, Saturn in 5th, and then followed by Jono and Jonesy and Emo after the couple of offs, and then T Feckles. Again, so we're following Jono here. Now he's sitting in nice. He's going to go for a move into the chicane on Saturn. No, he thinks better off it. Backs out slightly. Rejoins right in behind. And here we see Saturn, these two here, so Saturn and Jono, very good result last week in race 2 at Dragon Trail Gardens. So we're following on board here with Jono. But yeah, sitting mid-pack this week to Kyoto. Now can he get a good exit again? Find that slipstream and counter. No, but it looks like Saturn's gotten the better exit. He's pulled away slightly. Maybe a little too far for Jono to get that slipstream here. You can see he's bringing it back slightly, but unfortunately not enough. But Saturn takes the first turn a little bit wide, but again manages to keep it. So we skip forward to the end of the lap here, and again Jono's closed that gap a little bit more. As you see, Saturn, he's clipped the grass there. And Jono finally, the pressure, little too much for Saturn to handle. As you see now, and we've got at the end of the next lap here, we've got Jonesy hot on the tail of Saturn now. So he's had a couple of bad laps here, Saturn, and he's already lost 1 position. He's going to lose another here to Jonesy. He's closing in fast. He's going to go for the move. No, again he backs out of it slightly, but again the pressure. Saturn's gone a little bit wide, and we here see Oh, and he's gone off. And Jonesy through. Just nice, clean driving, and the pressure a little bit too much. And once again, so here now we see Emo's caught up to the back of Saturn here. Yeah, he's having a couple of disaster laps, and he's dropped 2 positions. Is Emo going to get the slipstream, and now it's going to make it 3 in 3 laps? No, he's a little too far back. But he'll sit in behind. But again, it looks like Emo's taking the better line in the turn. He's sitting hot on his tail. Through the S's. Nice and tight. Oh, Emo goes on the grass. A little bit on the grass again. Oh, and they both hit the wall. Whew. Fantastic racing, but a little erratic. Just losing, I guess, vision of the track there, Emo. And yeah, Saturn and Emo both hit the wall, but they both come out. Not too much time lost. Oh, what's happened there? Jono, who was in 5th. Let's have a look here. So he comes around the corner, and on the X, little bit wide, and he's just, the car's just spun round on the curb. Disaster for Jono. Having a good race sitting in 5th there. Alright, so we follow back up, so we're looking again at Emo, and oh no! No. Emo again. Today is not his day. Can we see Jono close that gap from his earlier spin? So we have a look again, once again, back up to the front of the pack. So we've got Kipster in first again, who is sitting comfortably in first. And we've got Bob, who's caught back up to Deeds now. Oh, and Deeds is off. And Bob pounces. Oh, simple errors. And here we go into the turn 1 here. Deeds has managed to pull it back a little bit after that off just before. And on board here with Deeds, so he's got the better run out of the S's. Is he going to get the job done into the left-hander? You would think so with the inside line. Bob's making it work on the outside. Can he make it stick? Oh, yes he has. Lovely driving there by Bob on the outside. Here we've got Jonesy sitting in 5th now. Again, the offs of... Oh dear. As I was about to say, the off of Jono gifts Jonesy 5th place, and Jonesy gifts Saturn 5th back. After a disaster few laps, Saturn again finds himself back in 5th place. And here with the end of lap 13, on board with Deeds once again, looking for that slipstream, finding it nicely. Is he going to have enough time to make the move into turn 1? Yes, easily. Beautiful driving there. Lovely exit out of the final turn. Gives him the speed onto the straight. And the slipstream from Bob gets the job done. But Bob not letting it go easy. Oh, and he's gone a little bit wide there. Up on the curb. Here we go, Bob's picking it back up. Looks like he may have got a better exit there, but files back in behind here. Deeds goes a little bit wide. Oh, poor line into that turn. But unfortunately, Bob had nowhere to go. And Deeds ends up working out he may have been slowing down to provide, I guess, partly the position back there. Good sportsmanship there by Deeds, but again he's got the he's still sticking on to the position, but looks like they're back in line with where they were. Bob on the outside, can he make it stick? Deeds does well on the inside. Great racing. On board with Bob through the S's. Is he going to be able to get it into the long left-hander? Is he going to make it work? No. Too far back, but he's going for it. Deeds goes a little bit wide, but manages to hold on to it there nicely. Fantastic racing, and Deeds pulling over to the left-hand side. Stop that slipstream into the chicane. Oh, Bob gets a little bit sideways on the brakes there, and gifts Deeds a bit of space. Here we are at the start of lap 16 into the left-hander. And again, Bob not letting Deeds have any fresh air. Hot on his tail. Through the S's, and Deeds gets a poor exit. Can Bob pounce on this here? Coming up into the hairpin, back on board with Bob. Has he got option for a move here? No. A little too far back. Deeds does well. Oh, and a poor exit from Bob there again. Letting Deeds have that moment of fresh air. As we look back here, so we've got Jonesy on the tail of Saturn. Once again. Not letting him have any free space either. It's been back and forth in the mid-pack here, but between Jonesy, Saturn, Emo now sitting in 7th. With the gap between Saturn and Lennon up ahead, sitting at a comfortable 4 or 5 seconds. Just unable to make any ground on that 4th position. So following here, so again Jonesy just sitting back from Saturn. Is he going to be able to close that gap and go for a move? Again, we check back in with this battle up for second. Now, Deeds hot on the tail of Bob now. Bob goes defensive into the turn. No option for Deeds to go for a move there. We have a look back here, so we've got Lennon coming into the picture now. So with the battling going on here for second, it's slowed the pace somewhat and allowed Lennon to come back in and hopefully soon join this pack. Or join this little battle, I should say. So have a look again. So Deeds, can he get the better exit onto the straight? He's in slipstream range. Oh, we've got Bob doing some evasive driving for the slipstream. Not sure what's going on between these two South Aussies here. But manages to hold it into turn 1. We'll have to review that one after the race. On board with Deeds, so getting the slipstream through the S's. You can just see the pace, but backs off slightly. Backs off into the long left-hander. And again, so here we are, end of lap 18. Oh, and Deeds getting a little bit sideways. That's going to give the give a bit of room to Bob there. We can see he's sitting about second and a half behind. Got Lennon there, just coming in the picture, and Deeds goes for the move up on the inside and makes it stick. But Bob coming back on the cutback. Oh, and Bob's got it back too wide into the S's. Beautiful driving, and Bob comes out and he's back in the lead. Oh, Deeds is back in the lead. Fantastic driving here, and oh, after all of that back and forth, Deeds gets the stick and Bob goes on the inside again. Oh, bit of contact. Oh, and Deeds manages to come out in second with Bob third, Lennon fourth. Right, hot on the tail now, Bob. Great racing. So we have a look at Lennon here in this awful livery. Not sure what he was thinking there. And Deeds managing to hold on to second for now. So we've got Lennon on hot on the tail of Bob now, and this could turn into a nice three-way battle here. This would definitely be one to watch. Coming around the final turn. So end lap 19, so we've got 9 laps remaining. Deeds second, Bob third, Lennon fourth, and again our race leader Kipster half a lap ahead, almost. Run through the S's here nicely, so we've got again Deeds leading this little battle here. But Bob's managed to get the slipstream and a better exit going into this hairpin, into the left-hander once again. Going a little bit wide. Can he make the move work? And Deeds back in front. Manages to take the narrower line. Manages to keep his position. On into the chicane. Oh, Deeds a little bit wide on the exit. We've got three in close contention here, and Bob gets the move done into the hairpin there. Oh, and Lennon behind clips the grass a little bit, slowing down slightly. Managed to keep it, and the effect wasn't too harsh. Going into the final turn, who can get the best exit out of here? Keep an eye on Deeds and Lennon with the slipstream here. And looks like Bob will hold on to his position. As you see here, so Lennon takes... Oh, Deeds a little bit wide. Lennon takes the inside line. Oh, and what happened there, Deeds? Little bit wide, gifts the position to Lennon, who should now be able to get his head down and focus on catching up to Bob. But Deeds is not going to let him rest. He's going to stay hot on the tail, and again this is turning out to be an interesting finish to the race. Got 7.5 laps to go. And this is far from over. And Deeds going in, thought about the move, but I think thought better of it. Lennon getting a little bit squirmy. You see here, so Deeds going up on the inside. Yes, he was able to make it work. Lennon going defensive, but Deeds going up even on an even narrower line and getting the job done. Great driving. As we see here, so the exit of the final turn, Lennon's sitting right in behind Deeds. Can he get the slipstream into turn 1? I think he got a poor exit, but again, you look at the little battle going on here now between Deeds and Lennon for third. It's given Bob that little bit of free space and fresh air. You can just focus on hitting those apexes and hitting the lines putting down some fast times. On board with Lennon here, so he's got the slipstream on Deeds. Is he going to go for a move? Yes, he is, on the up on the inside. And he's managed to make it work. No contact there. Nice driving. And Deeds on the outside. Oh, a bit of contact there, but they're both okay. And Deeds with that outside line keeps his position into the chicane. Oh, a little bit erratic there by Lennon, but partly gets the job done. But Deeds again has the inside line into the hairpin now. Can Lennon get the cutback? No. So Bob about a second in front at the moment. Just needs to focus on his lines. And Deeds getting squirmy again. Lennon hot on his tail once again. So again, back and forth, but here we go. Lennon into the final turn. He's gone too deep. He's gone for the move, but has not made it work. Sits back in behind Deeds. Was that the right move to go for? Into turn one, Lennon cuts on the inside. Deeds takes the outside line, and Lennon coming back. But Deeds on the outside. He goes a little bit wide again. A little bit squirmy. Contact once again. But Lennon up into third. The pressure a little bit too much for Deeds. As we again skip forward and have a look at our race leader, Kipster. Not too much focus on him today, because the driving has been consistent and quick, and unfortunately no one to contest his pace or position for first. So again, the focus is switched back to this pack here. Bob, Lennon, Deeds, and again we have a look back. So in 5th we still have Saturn, 6th Jonesy, 7th Mo, 8th Jono, and T Feckles rounding out the pack again in 9th. And here we are on the straight again. So we've got Bob, Lennon, Deeds. Once again, that gap has closed from Lennon to Bob here. Maybe a mistake or two by Bob. But again, this pack is tightly knit once again. So we're heading into the S's here. So we've got 2 abreast once again. So Lennon on the outside, Bob on the inside here. And Lennon gets the job. Deeds is contesting with Bob again. Bit of contact. Deeds, can he get it done on the outside? Oh, and Bob from 2nd to 3rd, but again, all going in together into the long hairpin, and Deeds has got the lead again. So Deeds up to 2nd, bit of contact with Bob and Lennon, and Bob's going for the move once again into the chicane, and Lennon on the outside. Lennon goes too deep, and he's gone off there, and Bob getting the move done once again. So in a matter of a few turns, Bob was 2nd to 4th and back up to 2nd. And after all of that, Lennon loses out the position to Deeds, who's now sitting back in 4th. And you can see there with the mistake made by Lennon, and Deeds goes up the inside there. We'll come back to that in a moment, and he gets the move done once again. Deeds up to 2nd. 3 laps remaining. 3.5, I should say. We can see Bob again not going to give Deeds any room, but as we mentioned, so Lennon, that mistake into the chicane on the previous lap, he's dropped back about a 2nd or so behind now from this battle. And again, Bob going for that move, and can he make it stick up the inside? Yes, he can. Deeds is not going to let it go lightly, so he just hops back in behind and comes out again. Is he going to go for the move into the chicane? No, we concede the position here. Not the place, not the best place to go for a move. Deeds right on the tail of Bob here. Is he going to go for a move? No, he's not. So we're sitting behind. And again, so coming up to the end of lap 25. So 3 laps remaining at the end of this lap. We've got Bob, Kipster up ahead. Unless he makes a huge mistake, will run away victorious with the race. Sitting about 25 seconds or so ahead of Bob in second here. And Deeds a little bit squirmy, so Bob's second, Deeds third, Lennon fourth, followed by Jonesy in fifth. And Emo worked his way up to sixth. After a awful start for Emo, worked his way back up to sixth on the grid. So we see Deeds again, so we're 2 wide going to the S's, and Deeds gets the job done. Keeps second, or will we see Deeds in second from a 6th position start on the grid? Again, so we look back, so we've got Jonesy, Emo closing in on Jonesy, and Saturn again must have made a mistake somewhere. And he's fallen back to 7th now. And again, so we cut back here, we fast forward, and we've got Saturn in front of Emo again. So it's back and forth between these two, and Emo's going to go for the move into turn 1. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Beautiful driving line through there by Emo. Gets the job done. Through the S's. Emo setting a purple first sector. Very fast driver for this room. Again, as we saw, qualified second, but had a couple of disaster laps at the start of the race, and finds himself competing and grinding his way back into his current 6th position. So can he put his head down for the last 3 laps and catch up to Jonesy ahead? As Saturn goes for the move on the inside, is he gonna? No. So Emo cuts it off and again keeps the position. So we have a look again, once again, at the race leader. 2 laps remaining, and again you can see there's the gap behind. There is no one in sight. Outstanding driving today. You can see the consistency on the lap time. So we have a look back at Deeds again. So Deeds in second. He's opened up a bit of a gap to Bob here. He's coming through these S's, and we've got Bob there and Lennon not too far behind once again. Have a look back. So again, Jonesy and Emo's hot on the tail of Jonesy now. He's caught up in the final sector and of the last lap and the first sector of this lap. And can he pressure him into a mistake? Can he get close enough to make a move? So have a look here. So he's sitting right in behind. Is he going to go for a move into the chicane on the inside? Jonesy able to cut it off well, defend his position, and after all that got the better exit, so he's again opened up that little bit of a gap now. He's just got to keep it consistent, keep it tight, and you can hold on to that 5th position. Alright, and here we have, so coming around the final turn, onto the final lap of the race. So again, so Lennon sitting on behind Bob here, about a second behind, and we're on board with Lennon Is he too far away for the slipstream? I think so. Heading into turn 1, so final lap, so Deeds in second, so again Kipster up top, Deeds second, Bob third, and Lennon fourth. This is the battle to watch for the end of the race. The battle for, well, this is for third, but can they catch up to Deeds in second? So you see here, is Lennon going to go for a move on Bob? Yes, he is up the inside. Bob's flying around on the outside. Is he going to make it stick? Lennon on the inside, bit of contact, but altogether good racing. And Bob just sneaking the nose ahead as we see into the chicane. Is Lennon going to go for a move? Yes, he is. And Bob makes it stick. Gets the inside line for the exit of the chicane and keeps hold of the position. And as we see here, so Kipster finishes first, your winner. Absolute flawless race by Kipster. Takes the win in Japan. Crosses the line. And again, absolute outstanding race by Kipster today. 0 mistakes. Absolutely blew the rest of the grid out of the park. And as we check back here, so we can see coming to the hairpin on the back of the track here, we've got again Deeds in second, Bob in third, Lennon in fourth. I think Deeds has got a healthy lead on Bob here. We take the finish for second, but we've got Lennon hot on the tail, contesting for third here. He gets a poor exit. Hit that a little too hard, too fast. Coming into the final turn, so we've got Deeds in second. Cross the line, Bob third, Lennon fourth. We got Jonesy in fifth just behind, and Emo in sixth, Saturn in seventh, Jono in eighth, and T Feckles in ninth.